Thank you for listening to the Root Cause Revolution podcast. Be sure and subscribe on your favorite podcast provider. Ratings and reviews are always appreciated.
Before we dive into today's episode, I am so excited to share with you a brand new, absolutely delicious snack that you have to try. And it comes in all sorts of sizes. You can buy some from yourself. They come in these amazing, beautifully packaged gift boxes to give as corporate gifts or gifts to friends. It is Paktili, Paktli, and it is an amazing company. Paktili means joy in the ancient language of the Aztecs, and they have made these delicious handmade traditional Mexican desserts with bittersweet chocolate and dried blueberries and cacao nibs and dried cranberries. They are all gluten-free, all organic, and everything but the white chocolate is soy-free. Now, they also have, because you know we're very much dairy-free, they have dairy-free options as well. This company is a company for people who love to read labels, who care about natural whole foods, and who like to buy organic products with simple ingredients and no additives. Y'all, this is an amazing snack for the whole family. We have both the crumbles and the full cookies. The crumbles are amazing just to snack on. They're amazing on top of other desserts, on top of apples, like apples with peanut butter, and sprinkle this on top, and even with milk for a really delicious treat. You just add a little bit of plant-based milk in there, and it's like the most delicious cereal you have ever had. Now, they sent me a discount code to give you guys, and you can use discount code ROOTCAUSE15. That is discount code ROOTCAUSE15 at paktilifoods.com, PAKTLIFOODS.com. You'll find the link down below in the show notes on your favorite podcast provider. Hey friends, welcome to Energy Medicine Monday. This is episode 293, and today we're talking about putting on your own oxygen mask first. Welcome. If this is your first time listening, I'm your host, Audrey. I'm a root cause clinician, and I specialize in helping you to stop masking symptoms and to permanently rebalance your body so that you don't have any more chronic symptoms, autoimmune disease, any of that stuff. So if you are ready for real healing solutions and you are done with Band-Aids, you are in the right place. So today we're talking about applying your own oxygen mask first. And I'm not going to talk to you about changing what's on your plate. That will open lots of doors and will give you lots of awakenings. I'm not going to tell you about moving your body, although that will have its own leveling up. But what I want to talk to you about today is incorporating a more holistic approach to your thoughts, prayers, and meditation. It is extremely powerful, but they don't work alone in a vacuum, right? We know that when we make changes to our lifestyle, we impact our body and mind. But one often overlooked aspect of that, beyond food, beyond body, beyond movement, beyond supplements, is spirit, is taking care of you, putting your own oxygen mask on first. I talk to many people who take the steps to eradicate dis-ease in their body, eradicate dis-ease in their life. And when they have a backslide, when they have a regression, it is almost always stress-induced. In other words, they have gone through something, a particular stressful period. It could be just the stinking holiday season, right? But a particularly stressful period in their life, and they're still taking their supplements, they're still doing all the right things. They may even be eating close to the right thing, but they have stopped nourishing their soul. They have stopped putting their own oxygen mask on, and they are worried for others. There is a proverb that you have all heard that you can't fill a glass. You can't fill someone else's glass from an empty cup. So you have to fill your cup first. And this is something that is parroted. It is true through many, many different forms of spirituality and religion and ancient texts and ethnicities, all of the places. It's just said in a slightly different way. Interestingly, just like spiritual healing can't occur in a vacuum, physical healing doesn't occur in a vacuum either. You cannot be health conscious, holistically health conscious without your mind, without a thought first. Everything begins with a thought. And thoughts are so incredibly powerful that they can actually cause or cure disease. You can look at a lot of studies showing the placebo effect, where unknowing people are fed a sugar pill instead of a medicine, and they are cured by the power of thinking that is the medicine alone. Negative thoughts produce a substance in your body called cortisol. And cortisol isn't all bad, right? We've talked about cortisol many times on the podcast. But too much cortisol production that is unmitigated by the counterproductive hormones or the counter cortisol hormones will cause disease to manifest in the body. So you can eat as pure as you can until, your entire body turns green and your skin is orange from carotene. But if your thoughts are not in line, if you can't control your stressors, if you can't find peace and happiness, then your physical body will not be entirely healthy either. So what I'm describing is a mind-body connection. In order to have complete health and wellness, you have to have a full mind-body connection. So if you want to vibrate higher, if you want to ascend, if you want to have peak performance, if you want to have the epitome of health, then you have to do all the right things in the physical world, right? But you also have to set yourself up for success. One of the most studied and proven ways to do this is with meditation every single day. Meditation, very first thing in the morning to mitigate stress. Without meditation, your cortisol will continue to rise, and that can negatively impact your overall health, particularly if you already have issues. It is part of a trifecta that you must have in order to have complete health. And a lot of times people say, oh, well, I'll get to that part later. That part's not super important. I'll do that later. This part is, I would argue, more important than anything else that you could possibly do. And so oftentimes when I'm working one-on-one with people, we start there first, getting your habits in order. Forget the nutrition, forget all the other things, but we start with getting your mind, your spirit, your thoughts in order so that you can become more aware of your conscious mind, more aware of your thoughts. You can pinpoint where they are ugly, where they are positive, where they are negative, and you can work to change those thoughts. And when you change your thoughts, you change your beliefs, and then you are reducing your subconscious reaction, which reduces your physiological or your physical reaction. A small part, or not really a small part, but part of this is taking your power back from your emotions. Oftentimes we find ourselves angry because somebody made us that way, or sad because somebody made us that way. And so part of the mindset shift is being mindful of the fact that only you have the power to make yourself angry or sad or frustrated. The power of your thoughts and emotions is one thing that nobody should be able to take from you. So when you let someone make you angry or sad, you have lost control of yourself and become a puppet. So if you don't really want to be angry, most people don't, right? Then don't give that power to someone else. Keep that power for you. Put your oxygen mask on first and feel those emotions and let them go so that they don't have control over you. Now, when you're learning this mindset stuff, when you start meditating, it's always kind of a blessing and a curse, or a blessing and a learning experience, right? You will release emotions from hard times, adversity, life experiences. Those energies will literally peel off of your heart chakra, your heart space, and then you will be granted learning experiences where you have the opportunity to practice and hone and show off your new skills, and then you will upgrade again, and then it will progress. A lot of people want to know if they can go through all of it without the growth experience, and it really is important for you to have the growth experience so that you can have that inner wisdom and that deep spiritual seat, because that applied knowledge becomes your inner wisdom. As I said before, a collection of thoughts is a belief. Thoughts are things. Thoughts shape your reality. And your reality, my reality, everyone's reality is based on your current level of perception and awareness. So that's why I really advocate that ignorance is not bliss. So this is something that you definitely want to get in tune with. And it doesn't have to be, it can be secular or non-secular. It can be whatever you need it to be. Personally, my practices are a big combination of a lot of different practices. But it is an art that you have to master. And anytime, speaking from personal experience, as well as seeing hundreds of clients a year, you will, anytime you feel stuck or stagnant in your healing journey, in your progress, if you're already healed, in whatever is your next level of ascension or growth, if you look, when you're stuck, look at what has fallen off, I can almost always guess it is your morning or afternoon meditation, whatever is your spiritual practice. So today I want to encourage you with a couple of things. Number one, I want you to spend at least 20 minutes in the morning meditating. And it's going to take a while. You can start with 5 minutes and then go to 10 minutes and then go to 15 minutes, then go to 20 minutes. It'll take a while to find that peace and be able to sit for that long. And then I want you to read 10 pages in some sort of spiritually uplifting book. It could be in your Bible. It could be in some other text that you find spiritually enriching. And then in the afternoon, I want you to spend 20 minutes in meditation as well. And meditation could mean so many different things. You could do a tapping meditation from Tapping Source. You could sit still and do just a seated silent meditation. You could chant. You could pray. I'll say you can pray. You can listen. Meditation is silent listening, whether you're following a guide or not. Prayer is, in my opinion, talking, right? Or even if you're talking internally. So scratch prayer. You can do prayer after or before, right? It could be a guided meditation. It could be anything that you want. Insight Timer has some beautiful ones. There's always free ones on YouTube. There's probably even a free one to download on my website at audreychristie.com. I've done a number of those in the past. But get in that habit. Start with your morning meditation before you turn on your phone, or at least turn it to email or any of that stuff, before you move on with your day, and start to shape your reality. Start to put your oxygen mask on first, and see, just after a couple of days, you will find more time in your schedule. You will find more peace in your day. You will find your ability to make changes in your habits, in your nutrition, in all of the things that need to change in order for you to live your life free of sickness and anxiety and fear and all of those things. All of that will be easier. It'll come into your purview so that you can affect change in your life. I hope that this episode inspires you to take action. As always, thank you so much for listening. I'll be back on Wellness Wednesday. We will be talking about the pelvic floor, and I will see you then. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Root Cause Revolution podcast. Be sure and subscribe on your favorite podcast provider. Ratings and reviews are always appreciated.